Tom Joad is a central character in The Grapes of Wrath, written by John Steinbeck and published in 1939. The novel portrays the struggles of displaced farmers during the Great Depression in the United States. He is a former convict who returns to his family with a strong sense of justice. Over the course of the novel, he evolves from a self-focused individual into a socially conscious figure committed to collective human dignity. One character story. Tom Joad begins his journey as a recently paroled prisoner, having served time for killing a man in self-defense. Upon returning home in Oklahoma, he discovers that his family farm has been repossessed due to economic hardship. His reunion with the Joad family quickly turns into a shared mission, to travel west to California in search of work and a better life. During the journey, Tom encounters former preacher Jim Casey, whose evolving philosophy deeply influences him. Casey rejects traditional religion in favor of a belief in the unity of all people. This idea gradually takes root in Tom's thinking, though at first he remains focused mainly on protecting his own family. As the Joads travel across harsh landscapes, they face poverty, hunger, and exploitation. Upon reaching California, they discover that jobs are scarce and wages are deliberately kept low. The family experiences the brutal realities of migrant life, including hostility from landowners and law enforcement. Tom becomes increasingly aware of systemic injustice. His transformation accelerates when Jim Casey is killed while organizing workers for fair wages. In a moment of rage and grief, Tom retaliates by killing Casey's attacker, forcing him into hiding once again. While in hiding, Tom undergoes his final transformation. He internalizes Casey's philosophy and adopts a broader vision of justice. In a powerful farewell to his mother, he explains that he will continue the fight for workers' rights, even if it means living as an outlaw. He declares that he will be present wherever people struggle against injustice, symbolizing his shift from an individual identity to a collective one. Tom ultimately leaves his family, not out of abandonment, but out of commitment to a greater cause. His story ends not with resolution, but with a sense of ongoing purpose and moral awakening. To role in the narrative. Tom Joad serves as the moral and ideological center of the novel. Through his character arc, the narrative explores the transition from individual survival to collective responsibility. At the beginning, Tom represents a pragmatic, self-interested perspective shaped by hardship and violence. However, as the story progresses, he becomes a vehicle for the novel's central themes of social justice and human solidarity. His interactions with Jim Casey are especially important, as they provide the philosophical foundation for his transformation. Tom effectively carries forward Casey's ideas after his death, making him a successor figure who continues the struggle for fairness and dignity. In terms of plot, Tom's actions drive key turning points, including the family's journey, the confrontation with injustice in California, and the climactic act of resistance. His departure at the end reinforces the novel's broader message, that meaningful change often requires personal sacrifice. Thus, Tom is not just a protagonist but also a narrative bridge between personal experience and collective struggle. 3. Symbolic significance. Tom Joad symbolizes the awakening of social consciousness. He begins as an ordinary man concerned primarily with survival, but he evolves into a figure who represents collective resistance against oppression. His journey reflects the broader experience of many displaced workers during the Great Depression, making him both an individual and a universal symbol. He also embodies the idea of transformation through empathy. Influenced by Jim Casey, Tom comes to see humanity as interconnected rather than divided. His famous assertion that he will be present wherever people fight injustice elevates him to a near-mythic status, symbolizing hope and continuity in the struggle for justice. Steinbeck likely created Tom Joad to humanize the social issues of his time. By presenting a character who evolves in response to real-world injustices, Steinbeck makes abstract economic and political problems more relatable. Tom's transformation allows readers to witness the development of moral awareness, suggesting that change is possible even in the harshest conditions. Mainstream readers often view Tom Joad as a heroic and inspirational figure. He is admired for his courage, growth, and willingness to sacrifice for others. At the same time, some interpretations highlight the tragedy of his situation, as his moral awakening forces him into a life of danger and separation from his family. Overall, readers tend to see him as a powerful representation of resilience and ethical responsibility. For conclusion, Tom Joad is introduced as a returning convict seeking stability, but he develops into a deeply principled individual committed to justice beyond his personal needs. His transformation is central to the meaning of the novel, illustrating how hardship can lead to greater awareness and compassion. Symbolically, Tom represents the shift from individualism to collective identity. His journey reflects the struggles of countless people during the Great Depression while also offering a message of hope and unity. He becomes a figure who transcends his own story, embodying the enduring fight against injustice. Readers widely recognize Tom as one of the most compelling characters in American literature. His growth, moral courage, and lasting commitment to others leave a strong impression, reinforcing the novel's message that human dignity and solidarity are essential in the face of adversity.